Very ineffective.
And actually, I'm kind of worried that the Supreme Court is about to make a similar kind of mistake with respect to Section 230. Do you guys tracking this Gonzalez case?
Yeah. Yeah, cue it up. Yeah.
So the Gonzalez case is one of the first tests of Section 230. The defendant in the case is YouTube, and they're being sued because the family of the victim of a terrorist attack in France is suing because they claim that YouTube was promoting terrorist content, and then that affected the terrorist who perpetrated it. I think just factually, that seems implausible to me. Like, I actually think that YouTube and Google probably spent a lot of time trying to remove, violent or terrorist content, but somehow a video got through. So this is the claim. The legal issue is what they're trying to claim is that YouTube is not entitled to Section 230 protection because they use an algorithm to recommend content. And so Section 230 makes it really clear that tech platforms like YouTube are not responsible for user-generated content. But what they're trying to do is create a loophole around that protection by saying Section 230 doesn't protect recommendations made by the algorithm. In other words, if you think about like the Twitter app right now, where Elon now has two tabs on the home tab. One is the For You feed, which is the algorithmic feed. And one is the following feed, which is the pure chronological feed.
Right.
And basically what this lawsuit is arguing is that Section 230 only protects the chronological feed. It does not protect the algorithmic feed. That seems like a stretch to me. I don't think that
What's valid about it, that argument? Because it does take you down a rabbit hole. And in this case, they have the actual path in which the person went from one jump to the next to more extreme content. And anybody who uses YouTube has seen that happen. You start with Sam Harris, you wind up at Jordan Peterson, then you're on Alex Jones, and the next thing you know, you're on some really crazy stuff. That's what the algorithm does in its best case, because that outrage cycle increases your engagement. So Chamath, what's valid about that? If you were to argue and steelman it, what's valid about that?
I think the subtlety of this argument, which actually, I'm not sure actually where I stand on whether this version of the lawsuit should win. Like, I'm a big fan of we have to rewrite 230. But basically, I think what it says is that, okay, listen, you have these things that you control. Just like if you were an editor and you are in charge of putting this stuff out, you have that Section 230 protection, right? I'm a publisher, I'm the editor of the New York Times, I edit this thing, I curate this.